Aloha and welcome, intergalactic multidimensional friends. Happy Monday, happy Moon Day. Welcome to another awesome opportunity for us to be able to evolve as humans, for us to be able to come together as a team, for us to be able to practice some mindfulness, some meditation, some community gathering, some team support. This is Mystic Spider-Man, aka Wolf Shield. You are tuned in for another one of our inspirational team meditations. So thank you again, everyone, for joining in today. Thank you again, everyone, for your patience. I just had to sort out some technical things. That's why we were starting a little bit later today. But as per usual, we are here Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're tuned in on any of the platforms, if you're tuned in on YouTube, go ahead, just drop those 1111s in the chat. Make sure that you can hear me okay, and just to confirm that you are in attendance. For I feel like we should do like attendance. It'd be like I'll list off the regular names. It'd be like, is One Love here? Here. Is Stella here? Here. Is Kristen here? Here. Is who else is here? I feel like, is Star Soul here? Star Soul here. It's like, I don't know, we're like back in like grade school, kindergarten class. But imagine how much of a difference it would make if we were to start our days back then, even just with like meditation and mindfulness. So again, for those of you who are here, welcome. Let's begin just by moving our body. So we're just going to kind of like welcome everyone in, chit chat for the next couple moments. But as we are here right now, right here, let's use this as an opportunity to begin listening to our body. It's the first day of a new week. It's the first day of a new opportunity. What are you going to do this week? How much butt are you going to kick this week? How much are you going to continue to grow? What are you going to create? What edges are you going to expand? So just listen to your body here. Begin rolling your shoulders, straightening up your spine. Begin connecting with your breath. Just allowing you to become aware of like this breath and this energy moving through your body. Breathing here, and we're going to move into a little bit of a massage for our physical body in the next couple moments here. But if you want to just begin just by taking a couple breaths in stillness, please, by all means, deep, gentle inhales, relax the face, straighten the spine. Breathing in that fresh prana, nice exhale, clearing out any sort of residual energy from the weekend that no longer serves you. Bringing ourselves into the intention to be able to show up to this practice, to be able to tune our instruments, to be able to sharpen our sword. So just take one or two more breaths here. Deep, gentle inhale. Bringing in that gratitude and soft, gentle exhale. One more here, visualizing us as a team, like in a circle, in this dojo together, this digital dojo. A nice soft exhale. A bit of a sigh. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so begin just by massaging your body. If it's your first time here, if you're tuned in for the first time, drop a 333 in the comments. That way, so other people in the chat can just be like, hey, welcome. Thanks so much for joining in. So again, what we're going to be doing here, literally just massaging the body. So again, I kind of give people the instruction, like imagine if you were like taking a shower and you have a bar of soap and you like clean the bar of soap. You clean the bar of soap. You clean your body with the bar of soap. And when you do it, you usually like clean everywhere, right? So imagine you're doing that, but instead of a bar of soap, it's like your hands and you're massaging yourself with your hands. So aloha to Big, aloha to Kessa, aloha to Queens. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and for being a part of not just these meditations, but a part of the team. That's a big part of what we're doing here. So again, massaging your body. And as you do this, this may seem like simple, but again, what we're doing here is we're opening up the energy channels and we're helping release any stagnant energy that's built into our fascia. So you can literally get as deep as you want. Even find the edges of your body that like maybe you don't massage often. A great place to do this is kind of like in the shoulder area. Usually we don't massage that. So if you massage that, like you actually want to find the tender spots right now. So find the areas on your body where you're just like, ooh, like, oh man, like that feels like tight and tender. Find those spots. Another great spot for this is even just like literally just kind of like underneath the arms here. So if you're comfortable doing it there, and again, feel free to like really dig in. So again, when we do these deep tissue massages, not only is this opening up the energy channels, this is a great way to just be able to start the day. It's a great way to be able to release stress. But it's literally this way where we can help like move stagnant energy that gets built up physically in our body. So again, like a lot of what we recognize as, feeling crappy and feeling sad and everything like that, a lot of that is like residual energy that gets stuck inside of our fascia, that gets stuck inside of our physical body. So again, by taking care of our energetic body, we take care of our physical. By taking care of our physical, we take care of our energetic body. So again, if you're pretty new to spirituality and everything like that, like stick around. Like you'll learn a few things just by being here. So go ahead, massage your ribs, your torso, working your way all the way down to the feet eventually, even massaging the lower back and then all the way up to the spine. If you've got any sort of massage tools or anything like that, feel free to use. This is like one of the crystal ones that I have. So just digging in deep there. Oh, even just arching the back a bit so you can kind of find different angles within your body. Continuing to breathe here. Being aware of like any tingling sensations up the spine as you do this. Awesome. So again, we're just going to move all the way down into the bottom of our feet, into our legs, all the way down our legs, right down to our feet. We're going to massage the soles of our feet. So again, like if you're here for the first time, like these meditations, what we do. So as we're just massaging here and just saying hello to people who may be joining. Again, what we do here is we start off with a physical body massage, and then we do a little bit, we'll do some like we'll do some EFT, some emotional frequency tapping, and then from there we'll do some laughter yoga. And then from there, we'll do a quick little mindfulness practice. And then from there, we'll do standing like meditation, standing like vocal and shaking exercises. And again, just massaging the feet here for those of you tuned in, like get those feet nice and massaged. And then from there, we'll go into our chakra practice meditation, and then that will be it. And then from there, I stick around for a little bit more to do some Q&A, so we guys can hang out a little bit longer and just be able to like ask some questions, be able to hang out with the team. Again, if you're tuned in on anything, know that you can tune in on YouTube. It's either YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Usually like the chat is usually happening between all those places. So again, just massaging deep into your foot right now, straighten up your spine. And so again, like your guys' feedback is always super, super valuable, super, super important. So when we do these practices, again, like a lot of these practices, like they're not like super, super advanced. The meditation stuff can get a little bit more advanced. But again, it's oftentimes just having like the company of each other that helps make it, better. So that way it helps create the routine. It helps kind of like release some of the resistance. Like have you ever had that feeling where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, but I'm gonna go with my friend, or I'm gonna go out to the park, but I'm gonna go with my friend. So you can kind of just imagine us together here as friends, just kind of like hanging out and just kind of like finding a space like in the park for us to be able to just practice again, just kind of like practice like taking a little bit of time for ourselves. And that's essentially what it is that we're doing here. We are taking time for ourselves. We are committing to this moment. We are kind of like observing. There may be a part in our mind that's just like, I got better things to do. I'm going to run and go away. And to be honest, this entire practice, and again, we're just massaging our feet here. For those of you who are just joining, really digging deep to the bottom of the feet. Because again, like the bottom of your feet, like that's where like the meridians actually gather. Like they come together at the bottom of the feet. So by massaging the bottom of the feet, like literally digging in deep there with your thumbs or your knuckles, you're literally like helping open up the energy channels in your entire body. But again, as we're doing this, we're going to move up into the face in the next little moment. But again, part of the entire practice of us being here is literally being able to observe that there's a little voice in your head that's going to try and that's going to scream and kick while you're sometimes here for this meditation. And over time, that voice is going to learn to enjoy this. It's going to learn to like it. It's going to learn to be able to be like, oh, wait, you know what? This is actually something that helps. This is actually something that's beneficial. This is medicine for me. So again, just massaging the face here. And again, like there's no way to do these practices other than to do them. You can't just like skip them. You can't just do them in like 2 seconds. So this is about being able to not be in a rush. And what does that feel like? So again, just as we massage our face here, what does it feel like to start our week like that? To start our week in a way where it's like not feeling as we're rushing, where it doesn't feel like as if we're kind of like fighting ourselves. So allow yourself to massage your face here. Treat yourself like you're beloved, moving all throughout your face. Just opening up the channels in your face. Such a simple but powerful practice to begin your week with. Just breathing here, really using this as an opportunity for us to be able to like set the tone for our week. And how do we want that to feel? how do we want our week to feel? And, what does it feel like to be able to start it off with intention, to be able to start it off with calmness, to be able to start it off with focus? So just massaging the face here, massaging the ears. So again, if you are here, I want you to be able to observe that, we're going to do our best to guide each other through this. We'll have a fun time. We'll laugh. We'll do some stupid jokes. But at the same time, I want you to observe that there's going to be a little voice inside of you that is going to convince you that you got better things to do. And I want you to observe that. And I want you to observe that if you keep showing up for this practice and you learn to love it in your own way, eventually that voice will start to adapt. It will start to come quieter. It will start to be like, oh, okay, you know what? So again, it's kind of like this thing where it's like, as we're just massaging our head here, and then we're going to do the EFT tapping, it's kind of like you are almost babysitting yourself. To put it bluntly, and I hope that me saying that really puts things into perspective, because it's really quite true. We are literally babysitting our own mind sometimes. Our mind is kind of like this child that's just but I don't want to, I'd rather do this, and it's pulling on us and tugging on us. And meanwhile, we're just trust me, this is for your own good. I'm the adult here, I know what we're doing, trust me. It's kind of like trying to convince a kid to eat their vegetables. It's eat your vegetables, and the kid's but I don't want. And you're eat your vegetables, and then eventually the kid eats their vegetables, and you're actually, you know what, these aren't that bad. So not to say that this is the equivalent to eating your vegetables, but I mean it kind of is, and hopefully you like vegetables now. So hopefully that shouldn't be a something that you resist. All right, okay, so just massaging here. Okay, let's move into some EFT. So EFT tapping. Let's move into that. So what we're going to do here, we're gently going to tap our face, and as we're tapping here, we're going to call in affirmations. So what affirmations do you want to be able to call into this moment? So this is a very simple but very powerful practice. So this is known as EFT, emotional freedom tapping. So for those of you who are new, because when we always do this, we always have new people tune in, and that's why we have the routine, right? So people who are here regular, you guys are getting good at this. People who are new, you guys can jump right into this. So as you're tapping yourself, tapping your face, tapping your chest, tapping even your fingers, what you're doing is you're calling in affirmations. So you're saying words like, I am powerful, I am balanced, I am kind, I am focused, I am flexible, I am relaxed. And speak these words. And as you speak these words, you're literally calling in this energy. So what energy do you want to call in for this moment? In for this practice. So again, you can call in words that speak from your heart. I am compassion. I am kindness. I am empowered. I am resilience. I am community. I am connected. I am a wizard. I am a light guardian. I am a light worker. I am a light warrior. I am a dreamer awakening within the dream. I am expanding my boundaries. I am evolving into more of who I am here to be. So just do a few more. Speak them from your own heart. So again, not just repeating what I'm saying. I am the hero of time. Da-na-na-na. Got my Zelda shirt on. So, all right, just do that just for a little bit more. Speak your own words of affirmation. Listen to your heart. Use that. Use the phrase I am. So I am ... So again, call that in. Just tapping your face, tapping your chest very gently, even tapping your hands. You can tap anywhere with this. Opening up the energy channels. Just take a few more seconds here. What are you? What are you right now? I am the cosmos coming to know itself. I am consciousness awakening. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Beautiful. And then gently conclude your tapping. Shake out your fingers. Get a nice deep inhale, exhale, and do a little bit of a sigh. So inhale and go, and then exhale, go. And we'll just do 2 more of those. Deep inhale. Beautiful. 1 more of those. Deep inhale. You're doing great. Awesome. Get a drink of water if you got some water nearby you. Just going to take a moment here to again just say hello to everyone. Aloha, Kristen, Star Soul, One Love. Aloha, Mark. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in wherever you are, whenever you are. So what we're going to do here, we're going to move into our mindfulness part of the practice. The entire practice is mindfulness. But for this part, we're just going to practice, again, connecting with our breath. And we're going to practice just kind of visualizing what we want our week to be. And we're going to align ourselves with that intention. This is something that we usually do for the Mondays. So if you tune into this, you'll find that there's like a bit of a routine. Mondays and Fridays are usually consistently like within like a pattern. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, we kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we kind of like mix it up with a variety. And this is where if you tune in again, every time you tune into these, we're gonna go like it's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna flex our imagination. So for this part of the practice, what we are going to do, you're gonna practice connecting with our breath. We're gonna practice dropping into that heart space. We're gonna gently calibrate our body. And then from there, we're really just gonna keep it quite simple. And we're gonna focus on feeling the intentions that we are setting for ourselves for this week and even for this month. So it's in a way, it's like planting a seed and nurturing that seed. And again, for those of you who are maybe new or familiar with the law of attraction, you know that everything kind of corresponds based on vibration. And so the futures that we desire, they already exist and they have like a particular vibration to them. And so one of the tricks with law of attraction, so to speak, is to be able to feel the future and then to be able to like bring it into our field right here and now. And then that kind of creates this like magnetism that helps draw us into that moment. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to literally just practice like dropping into this space of mindfulness, of calmness, of relaxation, and of focus as well. So beautiful. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. And we'll chat a little bit more as we go. But for those of you who are just jumping in, go ahead, jump right in. And aloha, go Team Canada. Yeah, go Canada. I'm just seeing comments in the TikTok. All right, so again, let's practice this part of the meditation, then we'll chill out a little bit more and I'll tell you some more news for the project that we got this week going on. So from here, follow my lead. When you're ready, gently close your eyes. And so simply by listening to my voice here, allow this to be an opportunity for you to be able to experience the guidance of this practice, the guidance of this meditation, where you can just kind of allow your body to relax, and through me speaking, you'll just naturally feel this comfort, this guidance as we move through this meditation together, whether you are brand new or whether you've done this plenty of times. Together here, begin by connecting with the breath, bringing awareness to the inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Continuing to breathe, gentle inhales and gentle exhales. And as you're breathing here, straighten up your spine a little bit more. Relax your face, relax your eyebrows. And just allow yourself to feel the rhythm of this breath. Allow this to be your present moment. So any thoughts of yesterday, any thoughts of tomorrow, you can just let them go for right now. And give your nervous system permission to relax with each exhale. And as you do this, I want you to gently, simply allow yourself to arrive in this space of calmness, this space of zen, this space of bliss, this space of focus. So as you arrive in this space, for some of you, now that you've been practicing this space is becoming very familiar, and it has a texture to it that is quite desirable. It's almost like going on a little vacation, like going to the spa or like going to the beach, and it has that same effect on your nervous system. And that's why when you do these meditations, you'll literally allow yourself to come out of it just feeling more relaxed, more focused, more open to synchronicity, more open to manifesting that which you desire, that which is ready for you. And so breathing here, just allow yourself to be grateful in this moment. Very simple practice, but very powerful. Be here now. And what does it feel like? What does it feel like to be here now? as simple as this practice is, the beauty of it is that literally within this space, within the space of your breath, within the space of this moment, this space has a sacredness to it, and you can connect to that. A sacredness that is equally as psychedelic as any other part of this experience, is as sacred as a dream, is as sacred as birth, sacred as death, sacred as a psychedelic experience, sacred as a sunrise, sacred as sunset, sacred as love, sacred as standing in front of a sacred body of water. So just allowing yourself to breathe in this moment, relaxing your face, straightening up your spine. What does it feel like to be this aware of your breath? To feel the natural rhythm of it. Allow that to calm you. Allow that to bring you into this space of peace. The rhythm of your breath is the rhythm of the cosmos. And so as you focus on it, you can learn from it. You feel it. You feel the connection that you share with all life. And so as we breathe here, gently let us calibrate our body a little bit more. We're going to relax a little bit more. And then we're going to focus on calling in the energies, calling in the feelings for the week ahead, laying out the path. So to calibrate our body, what I want you to do is visualize and imagine a white light at the center of your chest. And this white light is going to move and fill your entire body. You're going to visualize this with as much detail as you wish, as you can. And as this white light moves through our body, it will allow different parts of our body to relax, while it will also fill ourselves up with love. So right now, I want you to literally keep that story in mind, the idea that by breathing here and visualizing, you are literally filling your cup with love. A love that you can cultivate within your heart, a love that you can share with others, a love you can bring with you that will echo through your day as kindness and mindfulness and compassion and inspiration. So breathing here, visualizing this white light moving across our chest, around our back, down our arms, all the way to our fingertips, and wherever it does, sending those parts of our body, just sending them love, and also allowing those parts of the body to relax. Visualizing this white light moving down our torso, past our hips, our groin, our thighs, all the way down past our knees, right to the tips of our toes, and allowing those parts of the body to relax. Breathing here, feeling this energy moving up through the spine. Straighten your spine a little bit more. Feeling this energy moving up all the way through your face, your back of your neck, right to the top of your head. So literally visualize yourself. It's like you filled yourself up with this like golden light, like you are a cup. You are a vessel. And what do you choose to fill yourself with right now? And so in this moment, it's an opportunity to literally fill ourselves with love, with this present moment, with awareness, with consciousness. And so as you breathe here, I want you to practice something very powerful. I want you to follow my lead here. I want you to feel your body from the inside and allow yourself to play with this idea. The purpose of this idea, though it may seem kind of silly, is that it is a powerful way to bring yourself into the present moment. And it may take a moment to kind of understand what that feeling even is. Feel your body from the inside. What does it feel like to bring your focus there? to bring your focus to that concept, to that idea. Yet as you do this, let it bring awareness to this moment, to your body, to your energetic body as well. And so take a moment here to literally acknowledge the gift of your body. It may not be perfect, but that does not stop you from loving it perfectly. I'll say that again. Your body may not be perfect, but that does not have to stop you from loving it perfectly. And perhaps that is the journey. That is your quest. Not to have some kind of perfect body, but to learn how to love it perfectly. And what does that mean to you? Maybe those words strike a very deep chord with you. They're just like, oh, whoa, I get it now. If my body was totally perfect with nothing wrong about it, quote unquote, then that wouldn't really teach me anything. And now that I understand that my body is the way it is, in order for me to be able to love it more deeply, I can understand why. And so if that serves you, if that's a powerful idea, carry that with you. Love your body perfectly to the best of your ability. And that's something you'll learn. That's something that takes time. That's an intention to hold. Maybe an intention you'll carry with you through this week. So as you breathe here, feeling to carry that idea with you, this idea of feeling your body from the inside. And as you do, allowing yourself to fill it with gratitude. Fill this moment with gratitude. You are this body as much as you are the driver of a car. Do not mistake yourself with the car and forget that you are the driver. And as the driver, you are that. You are that which is. You are spirit, soul, consciousness, light, love, call it what you will. Allow yourself to see that part of yourself, to observe that. Very simple, but very powerful practice. So from here, gently take a moment, bring your hands physically to your chest. Allow yourself to just be in the space of gratitude, and we're just going to move into the next part of our meditation. And I want you to focus on visualizing and feeling what you want your week to be like. So now that we've calibrated our body, now that you're in this place of oneness, you are in a very, very powerful place to just begin flexing your imagination and to begin asking your heart, what do you want your week to be like? And what do you want it to feel like, most importantly? So I want you to visualize, and you can relax your hands wherever you feel you want to put them. I want you to kind of allow yourself to imagine, to the best of your ability, what would your ideal week feel like and look like this week? Emphasizing on the feeling. So imagine yourself, it's Friday evening, Friday afternoon, and you're looking back on your week and you're just like, whoa, like I feel like I've grown so much in this week. And so if your objective is to grow as much as possible in 1 week, what will that look like for you? And so let's set that intention together. Let's grow as much as we can within 1 week. No pressure, just simply an invitation. And so maybe that means showing up for these meditations to the best of our ability, doing meditation within our own time. Maybe it means spending some time journaling. Maybe it means cooking a beautiful meal, spending time in nature, spending time working on art. Maybe it means going outside of our comfort zone. And so what would it feel like, even if right now, if you were to set that path, if you were to set that intention, be like, this week I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna challenge myself in a loving way. I'm going to do something outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to create some art. I'm going to be as kind as possible to myself. I'm going to get good sleep. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to spend time in nature. I'm going to tell my friends that I appreciate them. I'm going to work on my dream journal. I'm going to take those steps towards becoming more of myself, filling my cup so I can continue to serve others. I'm going to learn this week. I'm going to expand. I'm going to listen. I'm going to grow. So allow yourself in this moment to really feel with as little or as much detail as you wish. Again, focus on the feeling. What will it feel like come Friday when you look back and you just like, wow, that was a dope week? And that doesn't mean it has to be quote unquote perfect. But nonetheless, you have the opportunity to be able to meet anything that comes to you through this week with mindfulness, with compassion, with awareness. So what if you were to set that intention now where you're just like, okay, any challenges coming to me this week, I'm going to get curious about them. I'm going to say, why? Why is this here? Why is this in front of me? And what is this teaching me? What is the opportunity? So what's going to determine your week is not just what you do, but it's also your attitude towards what you do and towards what arrives at you. Because there will be certain things that you will have control over. You will be able to control when you go out and exercise, when you journal, when you read a book, when you meditate. But equally so, acknowledge that there will be certain things that will simply arrive, like a package being delivered at your door. And when that package arrives, it may be something that you're happy to receive. And then there are going to be other packages where you're just going to be like, huh, I didn't ask for this, but I'm going to get curious. Where did it come from? Why is it here? What can I receive from it? How can this help me grow? So set that intention now. Whatever little challenges show up this week, what will it feel like to meet them with gratitude and to meet them with kindness and to meet them with curiosity and compassion for yourself? That's a powerful shift. Instead of just fighting the challenges, get curious. See them as an invitation. Maybe you'll get triggered this week. Maybe that opportunity of being triggered will be a great chance for you to become more aware, for you to do things differently, for you to deprogram and reprogram. So again, if you want to put your hands on your heart, we're just going to conclude this part of the meditation. I want you to, again, be able to basically feel as much as you can, as much as that means to you, what it feels like to feel the conclusion of your week and to be able to look back and just be able to be like, damn, that was a dope week. And that was momentum that was built, and I'm going to carry that momentum into the weekend and into next week. And every single day that I work on me, that I work on loving me perfectly to the best of my ability, is this powerful, powerful story of me becoming more of who I am, of me awakening to my own spiritual identity, to my consciousness, to awaken my consciousness, to make the unconscious conscious, to embody inspiration, to nurture myself with inspiration, to meet more of myself, and to inspire others to do the same. So deeply breathe here, deep gentle inhale. Nice soft exhale. Feel that feeling of concluding the end of your week. Feel it now. Bring it into your field and know that simply by you feeling this, you're aligning with it and you're creating like a golden rope between you and that concluded part of the end of the week. And what you're going to do this week, you're going to mindfully be guided by grabbing this rope and kind of pulling along it one hand at a time. It's going to lead you there. And so ask yourself this week, universe, let this be the week that will serve me to the best of my ability. And as you say that, you also acknowledge that you are not saying, oh, let this be a super easy week, but let this be a week that has a powerful amount of growth. And acknowledge that within that, there will be both opportunity and challenge, and opportunity within the challenge. And how will you challenge yourself this week intentionally? Maybe it will be exercise, maybe it will be meditation, maybe it will be journaling, maybe it will be being aware of how present you are when something challenging arises. This is all for you. It is all a part of your learning experience to awaken your consciousness. So give gratitude in this moment. Give gratitude right now for your week that is ahead of you, that is coming your way. Thank it right now. Be like, thank you, week. Thank you, universe. Thank you, opportunity. And so as you breathe here, like this is literally a hack. Like for those of you who are new, like this is like hacking the matrix right now. For you to be grateful for things before they even arrive, knowing that some of it will be challenging. Whoa. That is powerful. And that sends a powerful signal to to the universe. And you're going to grow this week. You're going to refine yourself. You're going to evolve your consciousness, whether you're deep into your spiritual awakening or whether you're just getting started. This week is an opportunity. Utilize it. Rise. Be gentle with yourself. And be inspired to know that on the other end of it, there are gifts waiting for you. And that gift is a gift of your presence, of you meeting more of yourself, of remembering not just who you are, but who you are not, clearing the gunk and bringing in clarity, inspiration. Let this moment inspire you. Breathe here, feel that energy, feel that moment. You got this. This is going to be a dope week. Commit to it. Make that promise right now. Hold yourself accountable. Just be like, I'm going to make this week as best as I can. And again, that doesn't mean I'm going to be 100% productive, but more so, I'm going to be aware. And I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to be gentle with myself. And I'm going to be conscious, and I'm going to serve myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to give myself what I need. I'm going to listen to my heart, listen to my body, treat myself like my beloved. And most importantly, I'm going to have fun. This life is a gift. This moment is a gift. Receive it with gratitude. All of it, to the best of your ability. Breathing here, concluding this part of the practice with your hands gently on your chest, bringing in this gratitude in this moment. Just breathing here, bringing in gratitude into this moment. Feeling that slight shift in your vibration. Beautiful. You got this. I believe in you. So now this vibration is in your field. It is in your being. Carry it with you beyond this meditation throughout the rest of your day. Allow yourself to tap into this empowerment, this inspiration at any moment simply by connecting with your breath. Gently breathe here as you bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly, when you are ready, gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, breathe here, and when you are ready, gently open your eyes and return your awareness to the space around you. Awesome. Good job, team. Welcome back. Take a moment here to breathe, get some water. Apologies for the Instagram feed. The Instagram feed crashed halfway through that, and I didn't notice because I had my eyes closed. So thank you again, everyone. Go ahead, leave some comments in the chat. Let me know how that was for you. Even if you just want to leave things that you're grateful for, please, by all means. I'm gonna boost the volume just a little bit. Let me know. The volume should be a little bit better now. Thank you, Starsoul. Cool, awesome. So if this is your first time jumping in, go ahead, drop a 333 in the comments. We're gonna stand up and we're gonna go into our movement practice exercise. I just gotta keep an eye on the time here. Okay, all right, keeping an eye on the time here. Okay. All right, so good job, everyone. Again, please feel free. Let me know, how did that feel? How did that feel? Because maybe that was like, for some of you, that might have been the first time that you've kind of done something like that. But again, I think there were some powerful messages that we were able to convey there, you know, because again, I think how we approach our week is going to be determined by our attitude. So if we go into it with like this like resistance and just kind of like this pessimism and everything like that, it's going to reflect back on us. But what if we kind of go into it with like this attitude of like a champion and a sacred warrior, and you're just like, yes, like I am here to train myself, to level myself up, to evolve my consciousness. I mean, essentially, like, you know, if you want to evolve your consciousness, drop an 1111 in the chat, even if you're still figuring out exactly what that means, you know. But again, in order to be able to evolve your consciousness, it's also being able to understand that the challenges are part of the journey. And it's how you approach the challenges that are going to determine what you get out of it. So just reading some of the comments here, and then we're going to jump into the next part of our meditation. Blake says, I am grateful for pushing through my depression. I finally got on my workout bike again. Blake, good for you. Like, huge shout out for you. If everyone here wants to send some love to Blake, that's awesome. And again, shout out to anybody else who's echoing a story similar to Blake. So powerful to hear, because again, you know, like things like when we're dealing with depression, clinical or otherwise, because we all go through it, we all experience it. And I think right now, you know, this is, a lot of us are feeling feelings that are similar to depression. But again, those feelings in themselves, those are teachers. Those are a call to action, where it's like, oh, like this is actually like giving me an opportunity for me to be able to really like refine my willpower, for me to be able to like see how capable I am of getting through this. And so again, for those of you who are going through like those heavier feelings, one of the best things to be able to do is to create routine and to be able to bring in physical movement, and also to be able to practice mindfulness, to practice dropping into the space, to know that you have the ability to choose what you do, and then to be able to connect with community, be in that space where you're supported, where you're a part of a community, where you're a part of a shared momentum. Rach says, thank you. I woke up and discovered this right away this morning. 333. Awesome, Rach. Thank you so much for joining in. For those of you who are brand new. Awesome. Marco just joined and went right into the meditation. Rach saying to Blake, you are an infinitely powerful being. You got this crazy thing called life. Beautiful. Thank you, Rach. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words there. Yo, Broseph, welcome back. Good to see some familiar names here. Holly, thank you so much, Holly, for joining in. Thank you again, Kristen. Thank you again, Starsoul, Jessica as well. Thank you again, everyone, so much. It's great to see so many people, new people, familiar faces. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. I'll just mention here real quick, and then we're going to go into our standing practice of the meditation, and then we'll go into our chakra practice. So again, if you're looking to be able to connect further with the community and you really enjoy the energy that we're creating here, there's a couple options. You can join our team chat. The link for that is through my profile for TikTok and Instagram, and on YouTube, the link's down below. And you can also support on Patreon. So Patreon is a monthly micro contribution of your choice. You can contribute $5, $11. When you contribute there, again, that's a great way for you to be able to like say like yes to the universe, that this is something that you value and something that you want to be able to help more people be able to receive. So again, the work that I do here, me doing these broadcasts, like this is, I'm an entrepreneur. I created this job for myself, but this job is nothing short of me just doing what I'm called to do, me doing my devotion, me helping others. And I said this before, but you know, even if I had like $1 million, I would still be doing this. So thank you again, everyone, for your support. And again, if you feel called to check out the Patreon when you are able to, I understand not everyone is able to right now. When you're able to, please feel free to check it out. We're currently at 143 Patreon supporters, and we're working towards our goal of 200. And when you support on there, you get additional perks such as discounts for the item shop, such as the Light Guardian crystals. You can also get the t-shirts, you can get the buttons, you can get the other crystals that I make, lots of cool stuff there. So, and you can join our private team chat, and you can also take part in our collaborative team meetings. So like the private part of the community is a community for like conscious creators and leaders. And today, for any of the leading members, we do have a collaborative work period today at 2 p.m. Another thing I'm just going to mention real quick, and then we're going to move into the next part of our meditation. This Thursday's broadcast for our Synergy Circle, this is a Thursday broadcast that we do as a team. It's basically just going to be like classic style, open-minded discussion and meditation, meaning that we're just going to kind of come into the circle, start with a topic, and then it's just going to like popcorn style from one topic to the other, but it's all going to be about consciousness and spirituality. This is basically a digital version of a classic paradigm shift meeting. So I'm really excited for this. We're going to talk about, dimensions, dreams, chakras, aliens, midnight gospel. We're going to talk about it all. So that'll be fun. Tonight at 8, I think I'm going to go live for some live tarot readings as well. So we're going to do like a bunch of just like team tarot readings, and it'll be a tarot reading plus like a fundraiser for the Patreon at the same time. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already yet. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, thanks for letting me share. And thank you again, everyone, for your support in all forms. It's super, super appreciated. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the team. All right, okay. Awesome. Star Soul, thank you for sharing. Happy to have you here. All right, okay, team. So let's move into our standing practice meditation, and then from there we'll do our chakra practice meditation, and then from there, for those of you who want to hang out a little bit more, we'll do some Q&A. Like I'll stick around for a little bit longer just to be able to help out and do some Q&A. So right now we're gonna move into our standing practice meditation. So for those of you who are able to, please feel free to stand up. If you prefer to stay seated, absolutely, please feel free. Again, just as some context for those of you who are like new and everything like that. I used to teach seniors yoga. Like that was like one of the things that the universe like had me doing for a bit. So just as like a little bit of context, that's like kind of fun. So okay, give me 2 seconds here. I just need to make sure camera's all good. Okay, all right. I think we're good. Am I on camera? The camera here is like a little bit tilted off to the side. I can tell. Good enough. Yeah, there we go. Now we're good. All right, so for everybody here, go ahead and stand up. Start shaking it out. Bring a little bit of stretch into your body. This is just going to be like a quick 5-minute workout here, and then we're going to go into a chakra practice. So get some big stretch. Stretch. Shake it up a bit. And then from here, what we're going to do, we're going to do a deep inhale. We're going to go, and then on the exhale, we're going to go. We're going to do that 3 times. 3 times together. So again, for those of you who are new, like this is like an ancient medicine. This is an ancient practice. Allow yourself to like do this and like shake out like any sort of stagnant energy, shake out any sort of like feeling of heaviness, move any energy out of your body, physically move it out. So deep inhale together. Deep inhale. Exhale. Shake it out. Gonna do that 2 more times, and believe me, I know, like for some of you, it's just like I haven't done this since kindergarten, but believe me, like this works. Do this like whenever you feel like you kind of like got heavy energy in you. Do this, like this is for you. This is a tool. Inhale again, deep inhale. One more time, deep inhale. Nice, good job. I just realized we forgot to do our laughter practice meditation today. Maybe we'll do like a quick version of that if we get a chance. We're a little bit short on time. Okay, quick laughter practice meditation. We'll try doing it standing on. This isn't normally how we do it, but put a little bit of a squat in your legs if you choose. You don't have to. Okay, follow my lead. We're just going to do 1 quick round of laughter practice meditation. For those of you who are brand new, follow my lead. I apologize for the lack of instructions. So we're going to do a deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to focus on the exhale, and the sound's going to sound like this. It's going to go ha, 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 and then from there, it's going to evolve into a laughter. So follow my lead. Deep inhale, big exhale, ha, 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 ha. Keep it going. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, relax. Shake it up a bit. Again, that's like, I know for those of you just joined in, we're like, what did I just watch? But that's like a laughter practice meditation that we do. We don't normally do it standing either. Hopefully for those of you who are familiar, you just like jump right in. You guys are getting good at that. All right, okay, let's do a quick Dragon's Roar, and then we'll move into our chakra practice meditation. Dragon's Roar. Stand as if you're going to kick a soccer ball, so kind of like a warrior one posture. And then from here, we're going to lean into this, and we're going to go roar. And when I want you to do this, I want you to like release any stagnant energy. Imagine like smoke kind of coming out of you. So it's like a dragon roar. It's clearing the energy, and it's also like a battle cry. So do this and honor any sort of sacred frustration, anger, rage, and do this as a form of empowerment. So like honor that anger as sacred love in its own way, and at the same time call in this energy to be like, yeah, go team. So deep inhale together, big dragon's roar. Inhale. Dragon's roar. Release, release, release. 2 more times. Inhale. Nice and loud as you're able to. Inhale again. Take a moment here, just take a moment to stand in your body, breathe, feel any activation in your energy field. You may feel like you're just kind of like a little bit of heat inside of you. Take a moment here, just breathe, observe. Relax. Bring yourself back down to seated. We'll move into our chakra practice. And then we will conclude this broadcast at the top of the hour. And then from there, we will move into a little bit of Q&A. So for those of you who are having fun, stick around. There's more to come. And yeah, we'll just be hanging out here, and I'll be answering any questions as well. So let's move right into our chakra practice meditation. For those of you who are here, grab a drink of water if you need it. We got about 9 minutes left. So chakra practice meditation, this is a very ancient practice based on Gnostic teachings. Again, Gnosticism is basically like finding the common spiritual themes throughout a variety of spiritual practices and religions. So there's like a science to this. So really quickly, the chakras are energy portals that are like basically like up and down our spine that are a part of our energetic body. And so energy moves through our body, kind of like water wheels. And usually what happens is that this energy can kind of get clunked up, junked up. That's not the right phrase. It's like it builds up like mud. And so when we spin these chakras with these mantra tonations, which we're about to do, it helps move them. It helps kind of like start the generators. It helps the energy move smoothly. So by doing this, you're going to feel just kind of like throughout your day, a little bit more grace, a little bit more motivation, a little bit more synchronicity. Even helps with your dreams, helps increase your auric field. So let's move right into this. And we're just gonna focus on the tonations. And briefly again, with each one has like a different like virtue to them, but we'll talk more about the virtues as we get into this. For those of you who are new, you can message me on Instagram for like a cheat sheet of this. But let's get right into this together, follow my lead. So we're going to take a deep inhale, exhale together, and then we're going to go through each one. So the brow chakra is the sound E, and this is a virtue of serenity. So like imagine like bringing in like peace, bliss, awareness. So deep inhale together. Just do it inhale, exhale. So inhale. Nice big exhale. Deep inhale together, the sound E. E. Throat chakra, the sound A, justness, good timing, speaking your truth. Inhale. Heart chakra, compassion, kindness, kindness for yourself and all beings. The sound O. Inhale. Pulmonaries, connection with our ancestors, gratitude. The sound is awe. Inhale. You guys are doing great. Follow along. Solar chakra, willpower, choice. This is like our power center. Inhale. The sound is U. Temperance. Sacral chakra, M, cultivation of our sexual energy. Very powerful energy. If you're not cultivating that energy, this is an invitation to do so. Cultivate that energy. Don't just spill the cup. Inhale, the sound M. Root chakra, S, patience, connection to the roots below, branches above. Inhale. Beautiful. Let's go right up to the top. We're going to go through one more time. Nice and smooth. Follow my lead. Inhale the sound E. Feel free to close your eyes if you're familiar with this. Inhale A. If you're new, be aware of the sensations in your body. You'll feel them. Inhale O. Pulmonary. Inhale Ah. Again, this is tuning your instrument. Inhale the sound U. You are an instrument. Harmonics. Inhale U. Inhale M. Inhale S. Beautiful. All right, just checking the time. Okay, we got time for one more. Let's go through it. Add a little bit of a sing song to it. So I want you to kind of like practice fluctuating the tonation. Again, for those of you who are new, like this is a powerful practice. It may seem silly, but like again, this is like working the muscles of our chakras. You can't work your muscles unless you work your muscles. So this is working our muscles. This is an ancient practice. It tunes them. It's a tuning practice. So follow my lead. You're getting benefits just by doing this. One more time, really quick. Add a little bit of a sing song to it. Follow my lead. Inhale E. A. O. Ah. You. M. S. Just S be normal. Beautiful. Concluding this part of the practice here, stick around for Q&A for those of you who are hanging out a little bit longer. Close your eyes here. Just allow yourself to visualize these like rainbow energies moving up through your chakras, your channels. Again, feeling it like like imagine like someone's pouring water from the top of your head, and imagine this like kind of moving through the water wheels of your chakra and then moving nice and smoothly. And you do this every day, and it's just going to continue to increase that smoothness, feeling that purity, that clarity of that energy coming through. The vitality strengthens your physical body, your energetic body, your mental body, your vital body. So concluding this part of the practice here, just end it off just with gratitude. So thanking yourself for showing up, thanking the team for holding space. Feel free to thank me, thank the universe, thank your guides. You got this. Beautiful. Awesome. Gently open your eyes, return your awareness to the space around you. So sweet. We got one more minute just to conclude this part of the practice. So again, for those of you who are sticking around, yeah, absolutely, please feel free to stay on any of the channels. We do have, there's like a 2-hour lecture I can send you about the chakras if you send me a DM. It was like a Gnostic lecture that I recorded, and that's kind of like where this practice is coming from. And this is, again, like an ancient practice. This is an ancient science to it. So again, just concluding this part of the practice, thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. We're going to stick around for a little bit of Q&A for a little bit longer, so no rush for those of you who are here. But for those of you who are finishing off the hour, the light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. So thank you for being all that you are and doing all that you do. Finish it off with a wolf howl. Ow, ow, ow. Please feel free to join the team chat, support on Patreon, tell your friends. And yeah, as always, keep it shifty, and I'll see you in the future. There we go. All right, okay, cool. So that's all I had to do. I just had to conclude that part because we cut it into 1 hour and then it re-uploads to Instagram. But now that we've concluded that part of the practice, allow yourself to like continue the practice like in your own way. Like again, like honestly, if we even just want to like practice more chakra stuff, like honestly, like the chakra stuff is really exciting to be able to play with. And it's simple but powerful practice that you can literally do like while walking, you know? So like when you're out in the woods, you're gonna get familiar with the different tones. So if there are any comments of gratitude or anything, comments of gratitude or questions in the chat, you guys can leave those in the chat and we'll go over that a little bit together. Again, that's why we hang out here, just to be able to connect as community. Holly, thank you so much. One love, thank you all. Kristen, gratitude to you all. May you bring peace and love through your day. Awesome. So again, yeah, literally just by like doing this practice, this helps just, again, just kind of like tune our instrument to be able to like sharpen our sword. And so that's why, again, by doing something simple as this, it holographically affects the rest of your day. So that's why this is so simple. This is why it's so powerful. So again, I like the idea that, you know, throughout your day, throughout just like taking a walk in the woods, what would it feel like to be in the woods and then to just be like, oh, I'm just going to practice some like my chakra tones as I'm doing this. So just be like, the S one doesn't really fit the tones in the same way. It doesn't like, it's hard to sing the S one. Like you can't add like much of a fluctuation to that. But again, even just the other ones, like literally, again, just feel free to mimic me, or but again, kind of like add your own kind of flavor to it, your own voice to it. But just that idea of like this practice is so simple but so powerful. And again, it's again kind of using that metaphor, like if you want to be able to strengthen your muscles, what do you have to do? You have to work them. You have to like do some push-ups, lift things up, do some stretching, do some work at the gym. So again, this is the like physical, this is like the metaphysical equivalent to that same style of practice for our energetic body. Because otherwise, like, how do we work our chakras? Like, how do we do that? Like, yes, through awareness, yes, through choice. But again, on like an energetic level, there is also why, like, this is why, like, the chakras, they work on frequencies, they work on tones. And so it's no coincidence that we, within our human body or human vessel, are capable of making the tones that correlate to the different chakras. And again, as we do this, we're also bringing awareness to the virtues of the chakras. And again, kind of like the different parts of like the ways in the different parts kind of like influence our character, influence our personality. So again, you know, the root chakra, that's all about like identity, security, kind of like base instinct, survival, physical environment, food, you know, taking care of ourselves. Then you get the sacral energy. That's more about the cultivation of that creative life force energy, moving that energy throughout our body. The sexual energy, cultivation of the sexual energy. So important. Again, for the however many people are tuned in right now, for the 20 people tuned in right now, if you haven't already yet, this is a great reminder for you to be able to practice cultivating your sexual energy. Again, don't just like spill the cup. Cultivate it mindfully, and that mindfulness is going to move as vitality throughout the rest of your week. Your ability to be able to like make decisions and willpower and follow through with things is affected by your ability to cultivate that energy. It just increases it. And then again, you got your solar chakra. This is about kind of like the identity, the creative life force, and also like the willpower, what we can often recognize as like intuition, gut feeling coming through that. So temperance is the virtue. So willpower. How are you going to practice your willpower today? And again, practicing willpower can be in your ability to like follow through with the choice. It can be in like food. It can be in things that you may find are kind of like, you know, things that you have a bit of a vice relationship with. It can be exercise, all these powerful things. Newly awakened, thanks so much for joining in when you could. It was a good one today. And then again, heart chakra, being aware of like where we are within our heart. Is our heart really closed? Is it very, very open? How can we kind of balance that? Kindness for ourselves, kindness for all beings, compassion, and again, throat chakra. speaking our truth, being able to listen at the same time. Like the faculty is actually clairaudience, which is interesting. So what we can kind of like hear as kind of like, like thoughts and voices and ideas, like it actually resonates through our throat chakra, which is interesting. But then we speak truth with our throat chakra. Words create worlds. Your words are so powerful. So that's why the words that you speak to yourself are literally like programming your field. You're basically like a giant biological computer, and you program it with your thoughts and with your words. And then again, brow chakra, which is a lot to do with kind of like seeing the connection, seeing the oneness, seeing the unity in all things, and then being able to kind of like let that be a part of what moves you throughout the rest of your day. That awareness. You walk through nature, and it's not just like, oh, that's a tree, that's a tree. You walk through, and you're just like, whoa, like that tree's me, that rock's me, that bug's me, like the air, the wind on my skin, that's me. So again, when you work on all the chakras, you just allow yourself to create this holistic like kind of like process of being able to awaken our collective consciousness, being able to awaken your individual consciousness. So again, the awakening of consciousness, it's very practical. It's actually quite simple. And that's where I think a lot of people who may be new to spirituality, they're getting introduced to a lot of things a lot at once. And then sometimes like some of the information almost makes it sound as if like opening your chakras is kind of like almost like a, I don't know what the best word is to be able to explain it, but something that can be like a little like woo-woo or a little like airy-fairy. But like the actual work of activating the chakras is actually quite practical. It involves like physical things that we can do, but then it also involves like mental awareness. Like activating your chakras isn't just something that happens just by like listening to a tone or by wearing certain colors. Those things can help. They kind of influence and kind of like bring emphasis to the idea that is like the thing you're focusing on right now. But the work itself is about being able to make the unconscious conscious, by being able to observe our nature, by being able to observe our patterns. So this is why the mindfulness comes into play, because before we can observe the unconscious, we need to be able to just practice being in that space, being able to practice being in that space of the observer. So that's kind of what happens when you go through your spiritual awakening. You kind of you raise your awareness of who you are. So rather than just being like the impulses and the things that you might just do like on a whim, and just kind of like your reactive nature, your base nature, your animalistic nature, again, it's kind of like shifting into the higher conscious. So it's almost as if like within inside of us there is like this very kind of like automatic functioning part of ourselves. It's almost like what you could think of as like an automaton type thing. But again, what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to bring sovereignty. We want to be able to bring choice. We want to be able to bring awareness. We want to be able to bring intention into how we move ourselves through this reality. So that way, so it's like, like do the choices around you control you, or do you yourself control yourself regardless of the choices around you? And that's how you relate to those choices. That's going to be the most important thing, because the choices may still be there, but how you relate to them is going to be different. Yeah, Rach, thank you so much for your comment. I love that. Words create worlds. Beautifully said. Yeah, absolutely. Like words creating worlds is a powerful thing. Like even a lot of people, like you've never really probably thought about this too much before. But like the throat itself, like the throat, like the larynx or whatever, like it looks like this. It like when we talk, it moves like this. And what does that look like? Well, it basically looks like a vagina. And I'm not like saying that to be crude. I'm just being, anatomically correct. But like when we talk, like it's doing this, and so it's like literally like this like cosmic vagina that's in our throat. So in the same way, like vaginas like literally birth things into existence, so does the throat. We literally birth things into existence through our words. And the reason why I say that is to be able to help us like place even more emphasis on the importance of the words that we speak, and the words that we say, and the words that we communicate, and the words that we say to ourselves and we say to others. Like when you think about it, like your words literally create reality. If you were to walk up to someone on the street, someone who you don't even know, and if you were to just be like, hey, like I think your hat's stupid, that's going to change the world. It's going to change the world at that moment. They're just going to be like, whoa, what's this person's problem? That didn't make me feel good. Is my hat stupid? Oh man, but I really like this hat. And now now my entire world, your world in that moment is going to be affected. But in the same way, you could literally walk up to someone and be like, hey, I love your hat. It's beautiful and it looks great on you. Imagine how that would make them feel, right? And suddenly they're just like, oh, like, yeah, like, thank you so much. Like, that means so much to me. I was a little self-conscious about it, but now I'm so grateful that you said that, because now it helps boost my confidence. and now I'm going to move throughout the rest of my day just kind of like flying off this vibration, you know, just riding this vibration. So be aware of that. Be aware of like, how are you using your words to create worlds? How are you using your words to influence other people, you know, to have an influence on the reality that other people are sharing with you in this moment? And how does it reflect back to you? Right? So if you're going around and you're just telling people, be like, screw you, da 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 da, you're creating that world. You're creating that reality for yourself. But again, the moment you become conscious of that, the moment you become aware of how much your actions are impacting your reality, then it gives you the opportunity to be able to say like, well, what would I rather have? What would I rather do? What would I rather be able to create? So again, it's an invitation, and we are co-creators of this shared dream. So awesome. For those of you, again, on YouTube or TikTok, go ahead, keep leaving your comments of gratitude. If you do have any quick questions, please feel free to leave those in the chat. Thank you again to our newest Patreon supporters. Thank you to Haley. Thank you to Divine Tao. Thank you to Joe. Thank you to Kristen. Thank you to Kayla. And thank you to, I don't have the list all in front of me. Thank you to Kevin. Anybody else as well, thank you as well. Again, for those of you who just want to be able to like support what I'm doing, definitely check out the Patreon. Again, links to my profile for those of you on TikTok. Even if you're not in a position to like support financially yet, even just feel free to check it out that way. So because like through there you can see, like, you can learn more about me, you can learn more about the work I do, you can watch like the podcasts, the full-length movies I've made, lots of cool stuff. So yeah, Rach, Patreon. So Patreon, yeah, no, Rach is just asking, may I ask what exactly is Patreon? Absolutely, I'll answer that real quick, and then we'll just get into some more like spiritual questions as we're hanging out here. So Patreon is a platform where people can support artists with monthly contributions, and then they can often get like exclusive content, rewards, private access to community areas. And so Patreon is, I have my own Patreon, so patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. You can find the link in my profile. And again, people support there to be able to help support what I do, but also in turn help support the community. So we currently have 142 Patreon supporters. Our goal is working towards 200. And so again, if you come here, like, I want you to come out of these broadcasts like feeling as if you're just like, whoa, like I would have paid $10 for that, or I would have paid $20 for that, or I would have paid $50 for that. Like, I'm putting in as much value as I can into these broadcasts because I want to be able to help people as much as I can. And I want you to be able to like kind of, again, come out of these broadcasts being like, whoa, okay, like that was valuable. That was valuable. And so if you're in a position to support financially, supporting on Patreon is a great way to be able to honor that energy exchange. And if you aren't able to support financially, then simply just keep working on yourself. Invite a few friends. Tell them about my profile. It is all equally appreciated. So again, thank you everyone here for your support. And again, Patreon supporters, thank you again for helping make this possible for the community. Like that's really, like, this is a community celebrated experience. Okay, so just reading some of the comments here. So we'll just hang out here for probably about 15 more minutes, and then I got to get on to a little bit more work with my day. Yeah, and we have a collaborative work period at 2 p.m. today for Patreon supporters. Like, that's like a collaborative media work period, so where we create like conscious media together. Brosev is saying, why do we only share this dream and not the ones at night? Well, great question, Brosev. I would say, like, again, you know, like, we do share the ones at night. We did have our dream broadcast last week. We were actually talking about this, the idea of like shared dreaming. The dream space like influences this reality, and this reality influences the dream space. So it kind of goes back and forth. But again, I think we're understanding that we do actually share the ones at night as well. And our goal is ultimately to awaken within both of them. So thank you, Brosev, for that. It's a great topic there. We'll just kind of hit upon that briefly. Let me know if that answered your questions about the Patreon, or if anybody has any other questions about that. That's totally fine. Thank you. That was most enjoyable. Love and light to all. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Care Bear. Have an awesome day as well. Thanks for joining in. Rach says, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to check it out. Thank you. Thank you, Rach. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share. And if you have any questions about the Patreon, just let me know. Love and light to you all. Yeah, and again, if you guys are interested, like, do I have, where's the... Just looking for the other light guardian crystal. Yeah, I'm just gonna play with this just while we're talking. So this is like one of the crystals that I make. So again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Wow, true, they both do influence each other. Yeah, again, like the topic of dreams is like super interesting. So we can definitely talk a little bit more about that. So again, if anybody has any comments, questions, gratitude, please feel free to leave those in the comments. It can be questions about like spirituality, kind of about the practice that we do, something that might just kind of like be on your mind related to metaphysics, and I'll do my best just to be able to answer that real quick. And then we're gonna jump off here because obviously there's a lot more work to be able to do today. So like every time we do these broadcasts, there's always a little bit of post-production work, and then I'm gonna be working on some new TikToks. Then I'm gonna be doing some other stuff. So again, for those of you, I think I'm gonna be doing some live tarot readings tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. Nunez, remind me how to pronounce your name. I know last time I struggled with that because I think I was pronouncing it wrong. It was like Nunya. I think it was just Nunya. But the question there, what was Kundalini rising like for y'all? That's a great question. So Kundalini rising, I think it's one of those things where there's a lot of fascination about that idea and about that topic. I don't think Nunez, okay, got it. I don't really think that the idea of focusing on activating your Kundalini as like an objective is actually practical. I don't really think that's something that like we actually want to be like trying to tell people that that is actually the goal. Like I don't like the idea of just like people tuning in and being like, hey, if you tune into this broadcast, it's going to activate your Kundalini. That for me, like that doesn't really resonate. Because I think the Kundalini experience is going to be something quite different, and I think it's going to be something quite subtle for different people. It's going to be very unique for different people. So again, you know, like the idea behind the Kundalini awakening is basically what we're talking about here with the chakra practice. So it's basically like when the energy channels become clearer, this energy kind of like moves up the spine and it moves out through the vitality in our body. So there's like a lot of energy kind of like built up in our spine, and through breath work we can gently kind of like bring this awareness throughout our body, throughout our chakras, and just into our overall energy field. So that's kind of the way that I like to do it, just kind of doing it in a very like gradual way. Like that's the thing, like I don't even know, like I mean, if someone were to ask me, you'd be like, oh, what was your Kundalini experience like I don't even know if technically I've had a Kundalini experience. Like I don't know if like what I had like technically qualifies. And I know that would happen for a lot of other people. Like I know a lot of other people who good morning everyone, good morning you, good morning. So we're just talking a question here, just talking about the idea of like Kundalini experience. So again, I know it's a different thing for different people, and some people will literally talk about an experience and be like, oh yeah, you know, like I was meditating and then suddenly it was like this like lightning bolt of energy kind of moving up my spine, and maybe it lasted for like minutes. Now see, at the same time, I've had plenty of experiences where I've been aware and I feel this energy moving up through my spine and I breathe through it. Like usually what I correlate to what I refer to as activation sensations, which is like that feeling of like if I'm like watching a really cool movie, or if like I'm watching like Avengers Endgame or something like that and the music's really epic, or if I'm watching like a really cool like music video or even something that I've edited, what can happen, or if I'm in a meditation and with this really like epic meditation, is like energy can kind of like move up through the spine, and what I have is like what I refer to as like an activation sensation. It's like a tingling sensation, and it moves through your body. I'm sure we've all experienced this in ways. Now those experiences, from my best guess, like I've kind of talked about it and be like, maybe that's like our DNA activating or whatever. I don't know exactly how to explain those or like exactly what they are, but I know that like they feel good and they're kind of beneficial in their own way. But I don't know like if for some people like that's what they would refer to as Kundalini awakening. Like if that is what some people are like, oh, that's my Kundalini awakening. So again, I don't think the Kundalini awakening is literally something that just like happens once and that's it. I don't think that's really the case. I think the Kundalini awakening is a process of opening up these energy channels and then becoming aware of like the subtle sensations that often correlate with the opening of these energy channels. So again, like the activating of this Kundalini, even though it may not show up in a way where it's like, oh my God, my Kundalini's awakening. Oh, I feel it. Yeah. It's like orgasmic and stuff, right? Please don't copy that GIF and take that video and turn it into a GIF. I don't know, you can do what you want. But again, I think the idea of the Kundalini awakening is also something that's quite subtle and gradual. You know, you guys like that? My Kundalini's awakening. Yeah. I feel like I'll have to make a video about that on TikTok or whatever. Probably. But again, you know, even for other people here, like, because I mean, seriously, like there's people here who I know who are like spiritually aware, who are consciously awakening, have they had a Kundalini experience? Like, again, like some people will talk about, you know, moments on psychedelics, and yeah, absolutely, on psychedelics the energy channels are kind of open, and on psychedelics you can breathe, and it's like this feeling and these waves moving through you. Is that your Kundalini awakening? Again, I think that is what we recognize as the Kundalini energy channels doing what they do naturally. And so when these energy channels are kind of developed, this kind of just like naturally result in just like overall vitality, awareness, consciousness, inspiration, motivation, creative energy. But it's not always going to be like this thing where it's like, oh, like, you know, like my energy, my Kundalini and stuff like that. So again, I know it's different for every person, and that's why I can only really speak from my own experience. So I mean, again, like, has my Kundalini awakened? Yes, I guess, right? Like, yes, yes. I don't know. But have I had an experience where I woke up one day and then something was like, oh, like that? Like, yes and no. Because I mean, again, like, I think we experience what we recognize as those sensations in a variety of ways. You know, we experience them in individual meditations. We experience them having, you know, like even sexual intercourse. Like when those channels are open, like the energy flows, we experience them just through breath work. We experience them through like exercise. You know, we experience them when we're in those places of joy and everything like that. So again, regardless, see, that's the thing, I'm not really the type of person that really kind of gets too caught up on like labels and kind of like, I don't know the best way to explain this, but like, I don't know, like I just like to keep things like very grounded, and not get kind of caught up in like the fascination with spirituality, even though it is fascinating, but also not to be able to like kind of like allow the mind to kind of get attached to ideas and desires. So like, again, that's where like I don't like for me it doesn't make sense where if I'm like telling people, I'm like, if you tune into these broadcasts, you're going to activate your Kundalini, even though that is actually kind of what we are doing, because we are working with those what we refer to as the Kundalini energy channels. Oh, they have names, like there's a left and a right one, they connect to our nostrils. The pigla and something. I always forget them. So again, I'll do more research on this. But again, yeah, I know absolutely. Like with like the activation of the Kundalini energy, like again, it's just kind of like moving into more of this place of awareness, moving into this place of conscious awareness. Just give me 2 seconds here. I think I just have to restart the TikTok broadcast. For those of you who are still tuned in, drop me some heart emoticons into the chat. Let me know if you're still here. Just there we go. Okay, we're still live on TikTok. Sweet. I see you. I see all you adorable humans. Rach says, wow, thank you for sharing and being so completely authentic about all this. No, happy to share, Rachel. Like, again, I think it's an important question. Rach saying practicing Qigong is a way to cultivate and feel those vibrations within our bodies and meditations. Yeah, see, again, like I think we can tap into those feelings as like they're more accessible as we kind of work on ourselves. But again, be aware of people who do things like if they like say in their videos, be like, yeah, I activated my Kundalini. I'm pretty cool. Like you should listen to me. I'm basically like an awakened master. Like I lived a past life in Atlantis. Yeah, you should listen to me. I'm pretty cool. And so be aware of that. I'm not like shaming them, but just be aware of that, because again, I feel like even within that process, that's kind of this reflection of kind of like this like subconscious like ego, spiritual ego, kind of like grabbing onto ideas where they're just like where like it's like something they hold on to make them feel special, when they don't really need to. So I think when we can kind of find that common ground, that's where it's the best for the community, where it's just like very casual but very grounded and everything like that. Like I'm not coming on here be like guys, I've activated my Kundalini, therefore I have authority or something like that. Like I don't know, like you guys tell me, have I activated my Kundalini? I don't know. I think the Kundalini is a process of the energy channels. It's not like it's just like a flicking a light switch. I think it's like a dimmer. Like I think it kind of like slowly opens, and again, as the Kundalini awakens, it just shows up in our life through more creative energy, through more vitality, through more willpower, through more gratitude, through more presence. Like I think that's how it shows up. So the Kundalini energy is literally something where, you know, it could be like you look back, you compare yourself from like a month to like from 3 months to 3 months ago, and you're just like, whoa, okay, yeah, like I feel different, right? And like I think that is kind of the side effects of and not just the awakening of the Kundalini energy, like the opening of the Kundalini energy channels. And again, that's the same thing with the chakras. We're like, imagine like this water flowing, and we want to be able to like clear the gunk so this water can flow more smoothly. If that resonates with you, let me know in the chat. Again, I know not everyone's going to have the same opinion on that. That's referred to as chi sensation in acupuncture and TCM. Yeah, exactly, right? So again, like I'm definitely a fan of those like activation sensations. And again, like the more we can kind of tap into those, the better, because I think it's a great way to have a direct experience. And that's why, like, honestly, if you're looking for that, check out some of the past meditations I've done, like the long meditations I've done, because I'm fascinated, like scientifically from this, and like metaphysically from this idea of like what activates those sensations. Like, what do we need to activate those sensations? From my experience, it involves like a calmness, relaxation in the body. It involves like an emotional catalyst, and then it involves like often the support of like sound, like music. So this is where if I were to tell you to do a meditation, and I've done this before, we've done this, where it's like, okay, like, and now imagining you're charging up with the energies of the universe, and you're like shooting like a beam of love onto the earth, and you're feeling the energy of the universe moving through you, and you're visualizing this, and then there's this epic music in the background, and it's like, that's exactly what it sounds like. And then in that moment, you may feel as you breathe, your breath will actually conduct this energy, and you'll feel it move through your body. So I've done this before, and there's actually been times where sometimes when that sensation arises, again, I refer to it as activation sensations. That's just like a simple way to explain it. Sometimes it will happen where it's just once, you know, and or like even we might recognize it simply as truth bumps. You know, someone tells you something, and you're like, "Ooh," like that could literally be kind of like what we're acknowledging as similar channels as the Kundalini channels. But again, like what's interesting is that sometimes it can happen and it's just like boom, it's over in like 2 seconds. But what other times can happen is the other time is like you can breathe and you can ride that wave. You can ride that sensation. And when you do this, when you're awareful of this, like this sensation of just this energy moving through your body, it's like a tingling, it's like an electrical. It's like getting like an energetic massage. Like you can ride that sensation, and I've done that where you can like ride it for like minutes on end, where you're just like, whoo, and you're in that space. Like that's really interesting. That's really cool. And like that was something where it's like I didn't even know that was possible until I did it. John asking what is Kundalini. John, I'm gonna get back to that in a second. Do you have a master, like a teacher? Yes and no, not really. Like I really don't. Like there's a guy who's also like a teacher through the Gnostics Association. Super cool guy. I've had him on my podcast. Like he's not like some like crazy guru. He's just like a regular guy. His name's Phil. And he's like studied a lot of this practice. So there's been times where I've like gone to him and I've had conversations with him. And that's where, again, I get a lot of like my insights and just kind of, you know, because I've asked him about them. Like I've asked him about the Kundalini and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, you know, you just want to be able to like, just kind of like take it very gently and just kind of like approach it from a very practical way. But other than that, like, no, my teacher is nature. You know, my teacher is my breath and things like that. So, and that's kind of the lessons that we want each and every single one of us, now that we're in this place where we can like be students and teachers together, you know. That's kind of where it's getting to, where we're like tapping into that inner guru. So again, any comments on the YouTube, I just want to be able to acknowledge those as well. There's 3 people on the YouTube right now. Word to the wise, don't be too eager to have full-blown experiences. It's something that is gradual and part of the journey experience for the Kundalini experiences. Yeah, exactly. Well said, Star Soul. Yeah, again, that's where like honestly, if you're listening to any people on TikTok or YouTube where they're like, here's how to activate your Kundalini, here's how to open your third eye, here's how to like like be mindful of that, because again, I know there's gonna be a part of you that's gonna be like, it's almost, this is kind of weird actually. I've never really thought about it this way, but it's like spiritual peer pressure. You know, it's just like, but all my other friends are opening their third eyes. Like I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be the loser of the group. I gotta activate my Kundalini too. I gotta open my third eye too. Like, no, fuck that shit. Like, just follow your own path and like take it slow and take it gradual and start at the root and work your way up. Like, pay attention to the most immediate things in your reality. Like, how is your sleep? How is your diet? How is your exercise? Are you getting sunshine? How is your social interactions? Study, research, get inspired. That's where it starts, you know? Stop trying to just be like, oh, thinking that you have to awaken your third eye. Like, that's, from my experience, like, it's just not practical. Like, and I'm saying that because I care about you. And I care about the idea of like some like unconsciously some people who are in a place of influence just kind of, and again, like, I don't know, there's a million one ways to truth, so how can I say what exactly is and isn't the way? But from my own experience, this is what I find to be helpful, which is again a very practical and grounded and patient approach. No, Nunez, no, you didn't seem arrogant at all. Like, honestly, like, if people have had, like, Kundalini experiences, like, I'd love to hear about that. Because, again, like, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in our experiences. Because, again, I know there are people that were just like, yo, like, one time I was meditating and, like, full-blown, like, energy sensations throughout my spine, and it was, like, happening for, like, an hour or something like that, and, like, they referred to that as a Kundalini experience. Like, I've known people who've had those experiences. And again, the fact that that's possible is something that I'm fascinated by. But at the same time, I also know that that's not really something that should be seen as the goal, you know, because it's going to be different for everyone. So we are all learning from our entire lifetime. Even masters still have growth to strive for. Well said, Rach. Good morning, Victoria. Thank you so much for joining. Newly awakened, drop the 1111s. Yeah, if you resonate with anything I say at any point, just drop a 1111s. Activation sensations, I like that. Yeah, activation sensations is a phrase that I came up with that years ago. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So, you know, again, it's kind of like, it's almost like it's a similar feeling. It's almost like a mini orgasm, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Let it come, let it go. So much gratitude for you sharing your time to talk about it here. Thank you, Rach. Super appreciated. Again, for anybody here, if you guys are like just digging this, like, again, if you want to connect further, you can connect to the team chat. So the team chat's in my profile, and then like the rest of the team chat is for our Patreon supporters. So, but you're welcome to join the team chat nonetheless. Life is a journey. I like the scenic route. Very well said. All right, any other comments of Star Soul says respect this stuff. Absolutely, like respect the spiritual awakening and everything like that. So be patient with your journey. Like patience is something that it's worth it. You know, it's worth the wait. You don't eat cake every day. Be patient, practice moderation. You know, that's a big part of the practice. So yeah, Star Soul says when you wind up with a wide open third eye and no grounding, it's a huge challenge. Yeah, I agree. And that's where, again, like, I feel like for some people, if they're just like, oh, I have to awaken my third eye, but then they're not doing the other work, like, that can actually result in some stuff that can be, like, very confusing, you know? So get grounded first. Like, I figure out, like, who you are from the root up, you know? And then again, it's kind of like you're working on like all the chakras at the same time. So it's not like you're just like ignoring the brow chakra while this is happening, but you're just kind of like building it holistically. You know, you're opening up the channels holistically. Cool. All right, team. We're gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes. If there are any other just quick comments of gratitude or any sort of like technical questions, please feel free to leave those in the chat. Again, for those of you who are just joined in, we do these meditations Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're here for the first time, I would love for you to be able to join in again, or you can find the recordings on my YouTube. Again, you can go to my link in my profile for those of you on Instagram. Again, you can also check out other items from the shop. So if you guys were like seeing me play with the Light Guardian crystals earlier, again, these are available through my item shop, exclusive items that I create, and discount for Patreon supporters, 25% discount. So a great way to be able to support there. Help us reach our goal of 200 Patreon supporters, even just our next goal of 150. So thank you again, everyone, so much. And yes, Rach, well said. What is happening in the world right now is a collective lesson in patience. If we lean into, we will thrive. Thanks for your time and guidance. Nunez, thank you again as well. Rach, thank you again. Brosa, thank you. Anybody else who's just joining in. Even if you're right at the end, we're just wrapping up this broadcast. But yeah, for those of you who are looking to connect further, please feel free to connect to our profile, connect to my profile link for our team chat, connect to my Patreon. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a broadcast later tonight with some like tarot readings for the team, which will just be like purely just like inspirational. It's not like psychic stuff. It's more just like inspirational stuff. But if you're looking to hang out with that, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. And yeah, happy to be able to be here to be a mirror for each other's growth. So awesome. Thank you again, everyone, so much. Please invite like one friend to be able to join in for future broadcasts. And please feel free to send me a direct message on my Instagram if you wish to contact me directly with any comments of gratitude. And yeah, until next time, sending you with so much love. throughout the rest of your day. May you move throughout the rest of your day with peace and grace and optimism and confidence and clarity. So just moving throughout that day, sending you Reiki magic energy for all who wish to receive. Thank you again for being here. It's a learning experience every time I do this as well. So thank you for helping us grow together. So beautiful. All right, team, wrapping it up. And as always, keep it shifty, and I will see you in the future. All right, go team, go. Yeah. All right, talk to you soon. Much love. All right, just wrapping this up. One second, YouTube. I just have to finish this. New settings on Instagram. All right, that works. Does that work? I think that worked. Cool. Okay, all right. YouTube, Facebook, thanks for joining in. Sending you much love. See you soon.